All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. We are jumping right into the middle of this thing. We're taking everything like a game day sort of situation. So we're going to be going back and forth between punting and hitting distance, direction, hang time, moving the field around. It's a little bit windy down here in California is where we'd like to be, but we're in Orlando. A little bit of a tailwind, so let's just hop right to it. I will be off the camera this time. Let's hope we don't miss a big punt. Right now, we've got a nice spinner that is getting back in, and we're going to hear the hang times and the distances. A little bit of a driven ball right there, but 59 yards, a way to just get the jitters out and welcome us to the show. We did get the previous round of punters, but up now was Jeff Yerk. So Yerk coming from Elon, really looking to show off that he can hit some of these bigger hang time punts. We've had a bunch of them today. This one's a little low off the side of the foot. About a 308 on that one from my stopwatch. So I believe there was a mishap on the snap. They might give him another one. Okay, they're getting the ball back for Jeff Yerk. A little bit of a misfire on the snap. Looks like a little miscommunication. So Yerk's going to get another chance to get a ball here. So good snap. And there we go. Much better ball. Good distance. Little wobble on it, which is what we want to see. All the way down to the 20. 460 is the number that I got. About a 64-6. That's the ball that we expect Jeff to hit. Now, the tailwind is not nothing, but it's not super substantial. So these are some good balls. Yeah, and this is college seniors looking to get into the NFL. So we've got a bunch of really good competition out here. Ryan Eckley, Tom Doman, Aiden LaRosse were earlier, as well as, 1 second, watching the punt here. Oh my God. Really nice wiggle from Devin Bale there, the Arkansas punter. Perfect direction. I got 491, 60 yards. That is the ball that we want to see from Devin Bale right there. You hear the air getting smacked out of the ball. So up next is going to be Caden Noonkester. NC State, a lot of historical precedent with the punters that have come out of NC State. Caden Noonkester is a tall guy. He had a pretty good showing yesterday. Doesn't quite catch this one. The nose is going to stay up. About 4.31, which is a playable miss it. We'd like to see that pushed into the 4.5 range and 49 yards. So the tailwind is going to make sure that every ball today is going to go 45 plus. But now they're going to the -3 yard line. For those who don't know, that doesn't mean they're 3 yards deep in the end zone. It means that the ball is at the 3. So Nwosu here was showing off an absolutely monstrous leg in warmups. He was hitting some of the biggest punts we had ever seen, and we are ready to see if he can continue to do it again. We do have a bit of an obstructed view here. Doesn't quite catch a lot of this one, but look, it's still going to go 50 yards. I got a 4-1 coming out of these guys. So 51, 4-1 right there from Nwosu. Showed off a really impressive leg. Jeff Yerk here. Now, this should be the area where he shines. Gets one driven downfield. Not the cleanest hit. It's going to come down right at the 50. Should be about a 47-yard ball right there. And a 3.4 second hang time. So 47 yards, 3.4 seconds of hang time from him, Devin Bale. Now, Devin Bale in his college tape loved the backup ball. Oh my God. Oh my God. He continues to love it. Sipes this one. 4.9 seconds of hang time. Huge ball from Devin Bale. 60 yards. Now, one of my analysis points on Devin was he was a gamer. You put him into a bad situation, he's going to dig his team out of it. Caden Noonkester gets good height on it. Really kind of has that J.K. Scott sort of archetype. He hits the arky ball. It goes up and down. He's going to force fair catches for you. does come down a little bit short right there. And the wind, for what it's worth, has stopped. So we're going to see some of the balls not get as much push as previous. He might have been relying on that wind a little bit to kind of push the ball downfield a little bit, but a good ball nonetheless. So now they're moving up to the 20-yard line, and they get to choose whichever direction they want to go to. Now, Nwosu was going to decide to go directional left. Earlier today, he hit some of the biggest punts we'd ever seen trying to go this direction. He does have that archetype of swing that is going to favor the left side of his body a little bit. So going this way, we should be able to see him hit a good ball. It's a spinner, but it's kind of hit thin here. It goes outside the numbers. It was 4.5 seconds. Maybe rushing through the ball just a little bit. But now Yerk, oh yeah, Bale's having a phenomenal day. So Yerk is coming through now, getting a chance to kind of come back here, hits one a little bit thin again. It is going to fully turn and be driven downfield. I got about 4.3 seconds of hang time and 54 yards. So pretty playable ball. Pretty playable ball from Jeff Yerk. Now, Devin Bale, who's having a phenomenal day, going to see if he can keep it going. He had a good day yesterday, but looking to really turn it on today. His first real miss of the day is going to be about 4 seconds of hang time. About 4 seconds of hang time and 48 yards, which is a playable hit, to say the least. But now they're going to move it back one more time after we get a punt from Caden Noonkester. Boomer Nooner here. Going to have an opportunity to just unload on one. And catches a bit of the front nose again. Once again, he's trying to hit that high arcer. It's going to come down a hair short. I got about a 4.7 on this one too. So now they're moving up to the minus 40-yard line. So at the 40, we kind of get this interesting dynamic here. There's a lot of different balls you can play that are all going to result out well. It's up to the punter's discretion, and a lot of times the special teams coach's discretion of what type of ball to hit. Do you want to hit the end-over-end ball that lands at the 10-yard line? Are you going to try to go for a spiral out the back of the end zone? These are all viable plays, or are you going to try to go for a high hanger to be fair caught at the 11 or 12-yard line? There's a lot of play here. There's a lot of discernment, but the biggest point that's going to make this good for punters is execution. Whatever you're trying to do, you better do it. So he's going to go for an end-over-end ball. He gets really good hang time. This will be a forced fair catch at the NFL, and that looks like the 10 or 11-yard line. About a 4.48. And at the 12-yard line, that's a very playable ball for the NFL. So now, ball at the 40 again. Jeff is going to go with a spiral. We were going to want to see if either it go out the back of the end zone or really play one of the corners here for this to be what we would consider a well-executed 60-40 ball. That going to be off the side of his foot just a bit, for what it's worth, to about the 29-yard line, so about a 31-yard punt here today, trying to spiral it, trying to collect himself. Now it's going to be an important time for him to bounce back. Right? How can we get out of the half? How can we get out of these next set of punts with a couple more good ones, be able to salvage our day and really keep this thing building? Devin Bale with a chance here to continue to build. Was the most impressive through the first 3 punts. He's going to hit a moonshot. This is probably going to be a fair caught ball somewhere around the 10-yard line. It's about a 4.85 second hang time is what I got off my watch. Right at the 10. So 50-yard, 4.85, pretty playable. And your team definitely is going to have a chance to force the fair catch there. So Noonkester going to go for the high spiral again, catches it a little bit thin on the front side. It's going to be a 4.72 off the foot, but obviously coming down a little shorter than what he wanted. The main goal, especially from the 40, is you got to start the opposing team inside the 20-yard line. But now they're moving back, right? You have to have a very short memory. Guys might not have hit the ball they wanted, so now it's time to rinse that out, line back up, and go hit a better ball. Nwosu hit a pretty impressive one. Let's see if he can build on that. This group right now is looking for somebody to come out and become the top dog. And anybody could catch a rhythm here and make everybody else start chasing. That's what we saw in the first group. Snaps, good. punts a little thin, kind of crunched down on that one, but still 4.27. If the direction was 47-yard ball, directionally was sound outside the high school numbers, which for the NFL is well outside the NFL numbers. But now Yerk getting a chance to go left here. Has had a couple mishits in the last two. Looking to turn this thing around and hit some dingers. Nice little wiggly ball. Nose kind of stays up, but that's a 4.5 with pretty good direction. And 53 yards. So there you go. That's a good bounce back ball. It's still not the perfect ball he wants, but that's what we call a stopgap, right? Don't let yourself get in your head. Hit a playable ball, and once you feel comfortable again, okay, let's go and open up on one. And speaking of a guy who's ready to open up on one, here comes Devin Bale. Hit a couple really good balls, and that is another one. Just a moonshot to the left. 5.08. 46 yards, guaranteed fair catch, and that's exactly what we want to see. So a beautiful ball there. Even though the nose didn't quite get over, it got the direction, it got the hang time, and the distance was still really good. That is an NFL level miss hit. So let's see Noonkester looking to come back, and there it is. Just a nice wiggle. He hit such a pure ball when that thing turns over. 4.95. I got a 4.95, and we're waiting on the distance. 48 yards, 4.95 is 100% going to be a fair catch. So now we're going at the 20-yard line, open field to the directional right. So we are looking for these guys to put this thing across the field, get it out to probably the alley, and that is a great opportunity for him to open up on one, and he does a pretty good job. Gets it all the way to the 30, which is going to be a 50-yarder, 51-yard punt, and just a mammoth ball right there. Now, Jeff Yerk. There we go. A beautiful, beautiful ball from Yerk. Goes all the way down. It looks like the 21-yard line. Waiting for the hang time call. Missed it myself. 4.81.58. What a phenomenal ball. Is absolutely what we want to see from Mr. Yerk there. So, coming back now. Devin Bale has had a really good performance so far. That's another massive ball going across the field. He's going to get this thing out of bounds. There's no return there. 5.23 seconds of hang time. What a ridiculous ball. 47 yards. He's just staying within himself. Yeah, we did see some really big balls earlier. The wind has died down quite a bit. It's just a nice soft tailwind, and he's hitting the exact ball you'd want to see in this situation. Forcing fair catches, being consistent. Noonkester, really clean drop. Of all the people here today, Noonkester's drop has been so pure, and it really shows with the ball. It's a 5.03, looked like maybe 45, 55 yards. 51 yards. So I knew between 41 to 50, but a 51.50 is just pure. It's clean. It's exactly what these guys are going to want to see. So now moving it forward, we're going to get a chance to see a pooch punt situation out of this group right here. So what makes this day challenging is switching between a bunch of different punts, a bunch of different mentalities really fast. You're going from backed up to pooch punt to directional right to directional left. There's no chance to really catch a rhythm like they might have had yesterday. Everybody's trying to find your best ball as soon as you can. We got people running on from the hashes, trying to take this as much like a game as you can. So he's going end over end. Tailwind has picked up just a little bit. Looks like he's going to aim it directional left here. Gets the nose down. He hits that ball high. That is an excellent punt. Got 4.83. Looked like it landed well inside the 10. But it hits at the 12. So now we're going to get a chance to see Yerk. The ball's at the minus 48. Which for those wondering means it's 52 yards to the end zone. So we're looking for, realistically, a 40, 35 yard ball here. This one might have just gone into the end zone. It hits at the 6. Not a clean end over end ball, but bounces right to the end zone and a little bit low on the hang time. Looked like he was trying to go end over end and hit it a little bit of a spiral. So now Devin Bale, who has once again been very impressive up to this point, let's see what kind of ball he wants to hit here. He hits a really good end over end ball. Good direction outside the left numbers. 4.3 might be a hair on the lower side, but a well-executed ball to the 10. He will need some good coverage if he wants that to be a fair catch, but all in all, it's got the good basis of a well-placed pooch punt. So now Nooncaster has hit some good hang times. Let's see what he's got here. Hits it a bit thin. You heard it be a bit slappy, so it imagines it would come down a little short. 4.17 to the 15. So about a 37, 38 yard ball. 37 is where it starts to get acceptable. Nobody wants to be at the 15, and you just got to make sure you get it inside the 20 from right here. So for everybody who's turning back in, sorry we don't have any of the shade we had yesterday, so it looks like we have a crazy filter on. We don't. This is just how we're rocking and rolling today as the light is coming in directly behind my head. But they're going on a quick 2-minute halftime, and we'll be right back in about 2 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I told you that it would be quick as we are coming back here in Wosu. Hopefully we don't miss a massive ball, and of course we do, as we are having a slight technical difficulty. And we are back. So it's a 4-6, but it was a 57. Hits the ball driven really well. So now Jeff Yurt coming back out. They're just taking a quick intermission, break it up. Once again, we're trying to see guys, whoa, trying to see guys when they don't just get a hit ball after ball after ball. And Jeff Yurt comes back out and stripes one. Absolutely stripes a ball. 54-501. Exactly what you want to see. So now Devin Bales had a really good day. Let's see what he does here. Really good ball right there. Really, really good. Tight spiral. 4-4-2. Okay, Nooncaster coming back. Whoa. Really high ball. Probably really good apex on this one. So that's going to come down just a little bit. 4-8-1 comes down a hair short from Boomer Nooner. So now we're moving back to the -8 yard line. Okay, and we are back to the minus 8-yard line. So they got a chance to really flip the field. Last time they said this was a end of game situation. So Nwosu's got to hit a big ball. It is a cannon shot for Nwosu. Perfect direction. Let's hear about the hang time. 5:58. Hell of a ball right there from Nwosu. Massive piping kick coming out. All right. Let's see if Jeff Yerk is going to just hit his ball. Or is he going to chase? He chooses to go direction right, and he hits another great ball. Coming down kind of towards the middle of the field. The number we're hearing is 48651. We're going to hop back on the stopwatch to see what Devin Bell does. Now, my personal analysis would be that Devin Bell seeing a couple of big punts is going to really turn it on here. But let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Gets a beautiful snap. And gobble, gobble. That's not a chicken. That's a freaking turkey. Massive ball. 501. 57 yards. He said, I will go ball for ball with whoever is here. Once again, guys, a gamer. Just a gamer. Cade Noonkester now has seen an incredible set of punts. What is he going to do? A little bit of an end-over-end ball. Gets it downfield. 4-1. 38 yards. So, incredible round from Nwosu, Yerk, and Devin Bale, who have just hit some massive, massive balls. So now they're moving up to the minus 24, middle of the field, getting a chance to hit some open field punts, or minus 44. Marty. So Nwosu back up here. Once again, we're kind of in that gray area. See what guys are going to decide to hit. I would imagine an end over end punts in the cards, and it looks like that's what Nwosu's going to pull out. But he is just throwing darts down there. It does take an unfortunate bounce, but I have a feeling that's going to be a fair cut. 7-yard line is perfect. Hang time looks like 4.8. 4.63. What do I know? I was just guessing anyway. Now, Jeff Yerk coming back out. It looks like he's angling his body to the right, but might be coming back across to the left. He's going to go spiral here. He goes for a dart corner pocket. Does land at the 1 and bounces into the end zone. They're saying it went 1 deep into the end zone. So, not quite a 60-40 ball since we're at the 45. You'd really want to see this one hung up there, or, if you're going to kick it a spiral directionally, you really want to see it go out of bounds. But a daring move. We do like to see different things. And that, speaking of different, this might be it. This might be it. I got a 501, landed at the 5. Couldn't tell if it was out of bounds or inbounds, but it was a massive ball that definitely is going to play really well if he can get a gunner down there to corral that thing. Come out next, Caden Noonkester. Ball at the 44. Has a chance here to just hit his ball, and it play really well in these conditions. Spiral goes nose up, but that's going to be a fair caught. Got a 4.43 down to the 14-yard line. So, now moving it back to the 25. Open field. We're going to have a chance here to see what these guys do on the open field. We've seen some really impressive punts so far. Devin Bale has shown an incredible leg. Nwosu has also really shown out today. Yesterday was Jeff's Yerk day. And today it is Bale and Nwosu who have hit some impressive punts. So now they're going to open field. Whoa. Whoa. The height on that ball. I got 514. 46-514, and that ball didn't turn over. This guy's just got so much juice in his leg. It is unbelievable. Let's see what Jeff here can do. Coming back now. Last time he went with the coffin corner spiral from midfield. Today he's going to go another just great spiraling ball. Here, wiggle down. 514. That is a big, big ball from Jeff. The number I'm seeing is 5'2" around here, 59. That is a huge ball. That is exactly what people are going to want to see. Now, Devin Bale, seen a couple of big punts. Let's see if he does what he has been doing, which is just going ball for ball with these guys. He catches the front end of this a little bit. 4.41. Pretty solid ball. Playable miss hit. 4.440 is going to end up being a fair catch for the most part. But now Noonkester getting a chance. Put your name out there. High snap. Did not really. Got it a little high. And getting it high on Noonkester is a bit of a tall order, no pun intended. Caden's about 6'5". So it going up at a, his head height is a little bit tough. So now these guys are going to get a chance to hit a specialty punt. Ball to 30. This is where you're going to want to see bananas, Louis, cross the body spirals, any sort of just specialty punt to really mix things up, and they're going to give us a heads up for what they're doing first. So Gabe has decided to go banana. We want to see just a lot of movement on this ball. I'll be very interested to see what he's able to do. Just a big frame, getting into a banana punt here. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's what he can do. That is a beautiful ball. 4.5, goes outside the numbers. A lot of movement in the air on that one. 45, 4.5 is just a great ball. Great ball. Time to see what Jeff Yerk has got in his back pocket. Jeff Yerk, ladies and gentlemen. If I've heard this correctly, he was going to hit the infamous reverse spiral. This is incredibly hard to punt to perform, especially under pressure here off a live snap. He gets the left-footed miss hit, which is fine. This is a ridiculous ball to pull out in this situation. An outrageously daring move. Half turn, but still just the gaw, the audacity in a good way to attempt a punt like that is very impressive. Would have liked to see it turn, but it was a half turn, and we will take that. So he's going show right, punt left. Catches it on a bit of an end over end. So far, the only person who has perfectly executed their trick punt has been Nwosu, and he hit it beautifully. So Noonkester coming out now. He's going to be doing a Louis ball. So a show right, punt it back to the left on an end over end style. So this has been a really popular thing in the NFL. Gets a decent height on it, gets outside the numbers. About 4.31, about 33 yards. Hit it a little bit thin. So we're about to get 5 minutes here to get ready for field goal, and then we will be right back. Yes, these are college seniors. So we will be right back. All right, guys, and we're back. We're going to jump right into the kickers. They're just moving through 33-yard field goals right here, just getting these guys warmed up with some live ops right now. So no good right there. We are getting right into this thing. Good. So we're getting right into this thing, opening up with a miss. These guys working off live ops right now. So moving on now. Do we have another sheet that says these guys' names? I notice we're not calling them out. Big ball right there. Good. Do we have the names of these guys somewhere? Do you have a sheet? It was, if you don't mind just telling me the name. I believe that's Lath. All right, so Lath is up. It's a full operation today, which is a little different than yesterday. Yeah, Jeff York holding. Jeff has some pretty good hands. Should be a clean operation up front. We'll be making sure to keep track of that here. Good ball, good strike, and going pretty good from this. For those who are tuning in, we are at the Senior Specialist Showcase. We're watching the kickers perform right now. Moving back a lot quicker today than we are yesterday. We are already at a 46-yard field goal. We're going to be moving around the field, putting the kickers in different situations, trying to just see how they handle the pressure. One of the things that I like that this showcase does is move the field forwards and backwards. You can't just let these guys get into a rhythm with a couple warm-up kicks and then start backing it up. They're really going to test you like you would be in a game, where maybe your first is an extra point, and the next thing you know, they're trotting you out for 56 or 45, and then you might be back up to 33, and you have to really approach each kick with a fresh mind, similar to what things would be like in game. So Ramos here missed his previous kick, which it will happen. It's all about just coming back and making the next kick. So let's see what he's got. He's lined up, poised, ball gets down really clean, and it just threw. Yeah, Bale with a phenomenal hold. Great operation right there, top to bottom. So now Noonkester is coming back out to hold for a man wearing number 8 right now. So Noonkester, notably really good holds. I believe he held for some good NC State kickers. And actually with us here in the booth is going to be Shane McDonough, former NC State kicker. Was Noonkester here with Lou Groza winner, Chris Dunn? Yeah, so Noonkester, was he the holder for them or no? Was that still you? Okay, okay. So, yeah, but no, Noonkester. Oh yeah, he held for Braden Arvidsson. So another good operation right there. So now coming back up, we've got Lath, Jeff York on the hold, and Spencer Triplett, the Chapel Hill long snapper. Really beautiful ball from Triplett. I believe the laces were in just a hair, and that ball is going to be a little bit left. For those wondering at home what the wind is doing, what's the weather doing, we do have a slight tailwind. I would call it 7 to 12 miles an hour, somewhere in that ballpark when it picks up, but it can die down to about nothing. The higher flag's not moving, but we do have a lower flag in the corner that is getting a little bit of action going there. So definitely some wind to be accounted for. So coming back out now from 51, it looks like Mason Shipley with Junko with the hold, and he's going to get a good kick, good operation there. So Ramos coming back out. They had a really clean operation last time. Ben Man snapping to him. Devin Bale on the hold. So has a pretty good showing from this group so far. Ramos had an early miss, getting the rust off, getting into the swing of things, but has been solid up to this point on his following kicks. So now from 51, you said it's Ben Man? Yeah. So Ben Man with the long snap. Devin Bale waiting on the signal to go. Clean operation. Laces were back, but he was able to get him spun back around, and that let Ramos spin him through the uprights. Mm. So here we have a heavy North Carolina presence in this operation. Two North Carolina-based specialists with Noonkester as the holder, Tristan O'Brien as a long snapper, and Jaden Fielding, a North Carolinian via adoption from this group, knocking one through. So coming up next, Lath Martin. The Lath Martin Devin Bale combination looking to put another notch in the operation. Yeah, I just forgot to bring it with me today. Yeah. Okay. Sorry for the short delay. We are coming back to you. Another good kick. You can just see these guys are getting a lot of height now, moving back forward. They're able to just lock in and put another one through. So we got Ramos here. Ben Mann is the snapper and Devin Bale is the holder. This operation has been good. It's been about another quarter turn right there, but they're able to just get it down. The comfortability between these three guys just looks really smooth as they're able to kind of keep this thing rocking and rolling here. Remember, guys, the kicking portion of this is definitely a marathon. None of these kicks so far have been out of range or anything particularly hard, but it's just about making all of it. Where one misses, the difference between having a job and not having one, it is very important that they just keep plodding away here. Well, up next is going to be Jaden Fielding with Noonkester. Really good operation there. That ball looks like it's hooking just a little bit and just unfortunately stays outside the left upright. Ending up not being good right there. The wind, if any, is pushing the balls to the left, so kickers are going to have to be a little bit concerned with that, but for the most part, it is an ignorable amount of breeze. However, if you do have a ball that is fading left, it might get that little extra push from the wind. Now we've got Leith coming out here. He has one miss so far, I believe, so has had a pretty good day up to this point, and he puts another one through. So now we're moving on to 39 from the right hash. Now, the NFL hashes are lined up pretty much directly in front of the NFL uprights, but that does not mean that the right hash gets that much easier. It's hard for guys not to overcorrect. It is a very shallow angle, but you have small margins there. And from the right, people will tend to, if they have struggles, struggle from that hash specifically. Of course, nobody tell that to Shipley, who hits a beautiful ball. So now Ramos coming back out, 39-yard line, or 39-yard field goal, my apologies. Direction is from the right hash, so he's kicking back left. Guys will have a tendency to either try to leave their body too open to maintain, seeing the ball and tow it outside the right hash, or they're going to try to pull it a little bit. So we get a bit of an X ball off of Ramos's foot. I don't see a good or no good signal there, but it might be good. Hard to tell from this angle, but I'm looking for the kids who are standing under the goalpost to give us a signal. There will be TrackMan data available to scouts who are interested in how these guys did today. But out here now, Jaden Fielding, and he hits a monster of a ball. And that's how you want to come back. Love seeing that from a guy like Fielding. He's able to miss one, then just bounce right back. And you can see he's putting almost more juice into it, right? He knows that babying it here will probably result in things just continuing to, not go the way he wants. So what do? You do the opposite. You say, I'm going to kick it really hard because I know myself, I trust myself, and I'm going to make this thing happen. He does a great job of it. So Lath here has had a pretty good set, moving on from his one miss. Really good snap, really good hold. That is a beautiful operation all the way around, and that ball goes down the middle. So now we're going 52 yards right middle. This being on the right side does make it, in my opinion, a bit of a harder kick. You do have a slight tailwind, and it is pushing the ball, if at all, a little bit to the left. So the fact that they're right middle means that they can kick this thing straight and it'll still go down the pipes. And it is end of half situation, so we are getting them calling a timeout here. They're going to take a walk around just like they would in a game and then line back up and attempt a kick. So according to regulation, this would usually be a 30-second timeout. This is about a 3-second timeout, so we're going to just roll right through it. So here we go. Other team has used their one timeout. Good snap, good hold. Was able to turn the laces back for him, and it's a good kick. So 52-yard field goal, end of half situation here. So Ramos is coming out, and I believe he doesn't have to call the timeout. So it's trying to keep these guys in the right state of mind of be ready to make this kick when you line up the first time, but just being aware of the situation. So there's a chance that there's no timeout that's called, which looks like it's going to be the situation here as they're lining up to kick it. So good ball there from Ramos, going to be straight down the middle, showing off a big leg. Would have been good from just eyeballing it, 56 to 57 yards. But now Jaden fielding 52 yards before the half. And let's see what he's got here. Has had some really impressive balls. He had one miss earlier, but 52 looks easily within his wheelhouse as we do get the timeout called. And for those who might be wondering, I am able to see the chat, so if you guys have any questions about the event that's going on, feel free to ask them, and I will answer them at the earliest time I can, which with all the pacing of the event should be relatively quick. So, Jaden fielding, Caden Nooncaster, 52 yards from glory, into the half. Let's take them home. And he crushes that ball. Really good height. The rotation on it looked really clean. It goes right down the middle. That's exactly what you'd want. There's even a little bit of a crosswind that picked up, and he played it really well. 52 yards out is when you will have to be worried about any sort of crosswind. So now coming back out is Lath. End of half situation, but we do see the guy that's calling the timeouts walking away, so I would assume there's not going to be a timeout here. Just giving timeouts for every other. So let's see what Lath has here. Lining up, giving the nod to Jeff Yerk, who has been brilliant on the holds. He's another good one as this ball is high and sneaks in. Would have been good from looks like 53-54. So now they're going to go to a slight halftime period. They're going to take 2 minutes to break up this showcase a little bit, just kind of put them in a game-like situation, and then we're going to come right back out for the second half. So we will be right back. Water, hit it. All right, and we are coming back. Like I said, quick time to just break up the monotony. Make sure nobody catches too much of a rhythm. We want to see these guys in a as close to a game-like situation as we could reasonably do for 30 plus specialists. But Lyth Martin comes out, or Wes Will Shipley, my apologies. Will Shipley comes out, stripes the first one back, showing that he is in fact still in rhythm. So now, coming back out, Devin Bale, holding for Ramos. Has been has been a good operation through to this point, and if I was a betting man, will continue to be a good operation as Ben Man has thrown some just very pretty, very playable balls. They've been giving him just laying down hard-boiled eggs for him to kick. Just good, clean, doesn't make you feel too full after you eat one. Just a nice, beautiful kick right there. So he takes that hard-boiled egg, turns it into egg salad. Everybody's happy. So we are going to continue to see these guys just continue to plod away at this shorter range kick. And all you want to do is, if you're a long snapper and holder, right? You're laying out the meal for this guy to turn it into something special, right? You don't want to give him a rotten cabbage. It's not much you can do with that. But like this right there, that's soft served ice cream. If your kicker doesn't turn that into a sundae, what are you doing? And he does. I saw the bananas and he split the uprights. It's exactly what you want to see from these guys. So he's going to try to lay another one down here, coming back out. Lath Martin Spencer triplet and the Jeff Yurt combination. Jeff, FCS standout punter, has looked good amongst some of these other names here today. Gets another good hold down. Lath puts it through the uprights. So that's what you want to see. They're just giving these guys just softballs down the middle, and it's your turn to hit the home run. And so far, that's just what we've seen time and time again. It's good special teams almost can get a little bit boring if you don't know what you're looking for. But there's a art to it. There's a flow between the snapper to the holder to the kick. So Will Shipley looking to show off a little bit of that flow here, and the operation between him, Garrison Grimes, just beautiful flow between all three of them. Just looks like a really clean operation. And Junko holding for him, just great operation as, all of these guys are really working together for the first time. So they're having to build this chemistry kind of out of nothing. And then the better everybody is, the better the chemistry is, right? One bad cog can kind of mess the gears up. But this is a great operation. Great job by Devin Bale, able to get the laces back around on that one. As we do have an airplane passing overhead. I apologize to anybody who might be graced with American technology in their ears. All right, Jay Fielding, 49 yards. This is a big kick. 49s, we're getting to the land where it's not a gimme, but they do expect you to make it. They're not going to make it easy on him. High snap, he's able to rip it back down, but it looks like it's going to skate outside the right upright. An unfortunate situation, but great job by Noonkester getting it down with the snap being a little bit high and a little bit to the right. That's a tough situation for everybody to go through, but at the end of the day, the kicks have to be made. So now we're going to see Jeff Yurt, just a beautiful operation, and you can see how much of a difference it makes for the kicker. Is what I would say if the kick was made. That one was unfortunately missed, but it was a very clean operation, and it makes it easier for kickers to make kicks. Yeah. But coming back out now, Will Shipley just pipes it. So that is what a clean operation can do for a kicker. He comes out and just massacres that ball. Beautiful, great hit. So now Ramos coming back out. The operation has been really clean. Devin Bale shown that he is able to get it done. The laces have been a little bit spotty, but the position has been good, so it's easy for him to catch it and get those laces back around. This time, perfect laces, perfect ball, and Ramos with about 5 or 6 extra yards on that one. Somewhere between 6 to 8 yards to just put that thing through. So now Jay Fielding, can he trust his operation? The snap was a little bit high last time. He's going to have to just take a deep breath, put the ball back down, Let's see what he's able to do there here. He hits a very clean looking ball. Is it going to get through? And it is no good. Looks like it came down a bit short. Maybe got a hair under this one. So now, and these are not, this is not a easy kick by any stretch of the imagination. I believe we're backed up to 56 yards. Kicking from the logo here at the home of the Hornets. Makes it a little bit harder to find your spot if you're the holder here, because when you're on a line, it's a little bit easier to find it. When you're not on the line, can't quite get it. And it looks like he got a little under this one as this comes down short. So now we're doing Mayday field goal operations. So coming on from the hash, so it might be a hair easier, but still just simulating, get down, get set up, let's get the ball off. It's not the peak Mayday where you're coming on with the doctor recommended 11 seconds from the sideline, but it is a higher pressure kick, just making guys be able to get the ball off. We haven't seen anybody really struggle with the time point, as people really have about 4 or 5 seconds to get the ball off by the time they get there. It's a good snap, good hold. The kick is up and it does get through. Snuck inside the left upright, but a very playable ball. So coming out now is Noonkester fielding and um, pull up my sheet. Sorry, names. And Tristan O'Brien, and that is a great ball. And you see, when Jaden Fielding hits one, he does get all of it. So Lath Martin coming back out. Hit the last one a little bit thin. Him with Jeff Yerk. They're just getting set up. He's choosing not to take his steps, which I think under the circumstances, with 10 seconds left when he was on the field, it could have been an option, but it still works out well for him. So showing that he's just got a good touch, good flow, good feel for everything. Is a great opportunity for you to just, show that even if there was less time, we're going to be able to get it off and it won't be an issue. So great opportunity, great kick, great operation, in fact. So now they're moving back to the left. Looks like we're kicking a 44-yarder. And then after this, ladies and gentlemen, we have one more group as we are just rolling through these. So getting set up, looking to hit a 44-yard. And Will Shipley, who I don't believe has missed at all today, has looked phenomenal. He has looked great. He has been perfect all day. He was kind of one of the understated kickers. He just hits a good ball. His ball flight looks the exact same. His operation looks awesome too, which really helps. And he has put on a perfect performance, I do believe. We'll get the numbers here later, but I believe he has not missed a single one. So Ramos coming back out now. I believe also only has one miss on the day, and an opportunity here to put the icing on the cheesecake. And we are getting the good signals. He puts that one straight through. So a great, strong finish so far from those two, Ramos and Shipley. And now Fielding is going to get an opportunity from the same spot. One or two misses on Shipley. The rest of his kicks have looked really good up to this point. So let's see him show what he shows here. Has hit some really good balls, has had a miss. The operation looks really clean, and he's going to put this one wide left. Once again, that is the direction the wind's kind of pushing it. However, I don't believe the wind was the cause for that one. And now, coming out, Lath, couple of misses on the day. Hoping to end on a strong note between this group of kickers who have all been pretty solid on this day. So Lath Martin, Jeff Yerk, the good hold, and the good kick, and they're going to end strong. So now we're going to get something special. We're going to get two kickoffs. For those of you who might know, the kickoff has changed a little bit from the previous year. So the kickoff is now more so about hitting a dirty ball or hitting a high kick, just kind of forcing the returner to look at the ball instead of looking at what could be happening in front of him. We all know these guys can hit deep touchbacks, but they're just going to hit a ball that is going to make returners think a little bit. So let's see what they have here. Hoping to hit some interesting looking kickoffs. Remember, these are not necessarily going to be the typical end over end high flying kicks. Expect to see some nasty, dirty, spinning, jagged kicks here to just really spice things up. Okay, so people are getting lined up. Getting ready to get to see the first kickoff here. Looks like Devin Bale is going to take a kick. Devin Bale, punter, but punters can kick off. There's nothing in the rule book saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just like a typical end over end ball there. The weird part of guys trying to hit some of these different sort of kicks is we're watching the guys kicking off. My bad. So the guy in the purple tights. Yeah. So, and these guys might just be working on some different stuff or just trying to place it. And really, placement is a big thing too. If you don't have necessarily like a nasty spinning ball, just the ability, from what I've seen, to hit one to the 1 yard line, the furthest you can possibly hit it while still forcing a return, is a skill in and of itself. Okay, and a little technical difficulty out the way. We are just going to now get back to it as Lath is going to take a kick and see. He's going for the hang time ball. Hang time, notably, not as important in kickoffs as it used to be. There was a period in time where hang time was the metric you were going for, and if guys could hit 4 seconds, 4.1 seconds of hang time, it would be a huge, huge accomplishment. With the fact that no one's allowed to move till the ball's caught, makes it quite a bit less relevant, but Jeff Yerk, wow, actually, great kickoff leg from Jeff Yerk, just playing it perfectly, forcing those returners to the corner. And when you do that, you guys have to understand you're really limiting the amount of field they can return to. It's letting your guys on the backside, any backside safeties, really scrape over the top and ensure that they don't have to play both halves of the field to cover it. So it really does make a world of difference being able to put that thing outside the number. So now for the dirty kick, kind of a sidewinding, spinning kick right there. A little bit of an interesting one was maybe a hair too straight. I would imagine returners wouldn't have a terrible time fielding that one. But one thing that think from watching guys like Aubrey is you're looking for just lots of movements in the air. So that one's an interesting one. It was a very low kick to the 12-yard line. Felt like it never went above head height, which is really impressive because that's going to be a hard one to get down in field. Returners like to catch balls moving forward. They want to, put it right in their chest. And if that ball never gets above their chest height, it's going to be hard for them to get to. So this one more of a hang time one, just kind of put in the middle of the field. That could have been the strategy. There could have been a different ball he was trying to hit. Let's see what Life has. They're only getting 2 kickoffs apiece, so let's see what he can do here. Get something a little bit dirty. Get a little bit nasty. So that one is nasty, but it also did not get to the 20. So it is going to be penalty, taking it back to the 45. So, and we did see a lot of that this year. It's not the end of the world if you do try one of these nasty kicks and it goes to the 45. Obviously, your coach not going to be in love, but it also happens quite a bit for what it's worth. And this one just goes out the back of the end zone for Yerk, showing he's got the touchback capability. He can punt and kick, which is a valuable asset. Teams do, when given the opportunity, like to give their kickers a chance to relax, not have to put all their eggs on that basket of the kickoff guy. Also being the field goal kicker, get the punter some reps. This one is like a nice low one, but maybe a hair driven. Goes out the back of the end zone. All right, and that's going to be that for this group. And we are going to see you guys back here when the third group comes out.